friend, I know you don't want to leave them behind. You don't want to change too much in fear that you might become unrelatable to the people who have always known this version of you. But I can tell you that you sacrificing yourself, you sacrificing the version of you that you know you need to become in order to survive this life, you sacrificing yourself in order to be accepted by them, in order to have some false sense of belonging with people whose values don't align with yours anymore. And I'm not saying cut everybody off or act superior, but I am simply saying you're allowed to be honest. You're allowed to change and grow. You're allowed to change your mind, your opinions, your values. You're allowed to become a different version of yourself, even if you fear that it might cost you the people that you have in your life right now. It's incredibly difficult. And I've lost a lot of friendships personally by changing my thoughts, my values. I've lost a lot of friends just by circumstances being different, by life changing. And it's not easy losing people. It's incredibly difficult and it comes with a lot of grief. But I do think you being able to be honest with yourself, you being able to live as who you really are out loud in this lifetime, in this season of your life right now. Again, you can always change your mind. You can always, it's genuinely up to you. But I think it's really important that you prioritize you being who you feel is honest and authentic to yourself. And it might take some time and it might be really, really difficult, but I promise you there will be people to meet you. The version of you, if not just you being at peace with yourself, I promise you that you will find community, you will find supportive individuals, you will experience love, because love takes as many forms, if not more forms, than even we do in our humanness. We are so malleable and versatile and dynamic and ever-changing that we think love won't follow me. If I change, love won't meet me where I'm going. Because that's why we're afraid to leave where we are. We think love won't meet me if I leave where I'm from, where I know that love is. Love might not meet me where I'm going. And love absolutely does. If not love with and for yourself, or with and with God, you absolutely will meet other people who will love and enjoy and embrace and celebrate the version of you that you are becoming. Because at each and every version, I want to say like metamorphosis, but in each and every, it's like version, I guess, of yourself that you become, there will be people who are in awe or who resonate, because it's all just the human experience, right? And the more you strive for something that isn't necessarily like, that doesn't come naturally or easily, that process of growth alone, it creates this radiance in you that is absolutely beautiful and magnetic to witness, even from the outside. And so, regardless, I want you to be you, be honest. don't be shy to be different versions of yourself. We were never meant to stay the same, even if it costs us people, places, and things that we love. Love will find you. And also you can trust that if you're afraid of removing your love, you can trust that love will be there for the people that you love. And also the door, you're not necessarily closing the door. You're just, I guess, changing. And sometimes people will choose not to open that door again, but you can handle it. I promise you, there's grief there, but you can handle it. Sometimes you might not choose to open that door again. And I mean, in my mind, I'm visualizing like myself like standing in a room, like a vast room, and I'm like changing form like a butterfly coming out of a chrysalis. And on the other side are people who knew me as a caterpillar, or who knew me as like, I mean, if we want to keep on the metaphor, then let's keep it a caterpillar. But if we're going to be flexible with the metaphor, you know, maybe there's people who knew me as a moth or who, I don't know, who saw me in my chrysalis state and were like, wow, that's a really beautiful chrysalis, and didn't know that I was becoming a butterfly. And maybe some people will be like, oh, wow, that's a really pretty butterfly. Or some people will be like, but I thought it was going to have blue wings or I thought it was going to have red wings instead of blue, or I thought it was going to be all black. And like, you know, there will be people who have opinions about what I am, but I still have to become what it is that I'm becoming. I can't not become the butterfly. I can't not change form in order to, you know, keep away from, like, in order to run away from judgments or people's opinions or the potential loss of connection and approval from people who knew me in a different form. It's okay to change, is what I'm saying. If it wasn't clear, I'm really trying. I really do try to summarize, but yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, you're allowed to change. You're allowed to change forms as many times as you want, as many times that you need, and make sure that if you fear that other people won't see the beauty in it, that you do. You see the beauty in your growth. You see the fierce bravery, courage, tenacity that it takes to not be limited or confined to the past. It's incredibly beautiful to be able to evolve. It is a privilege to have the capacity to change. And I think if you have the capacity, you have the responsibility to do so. If not to others, to yourself and to God. I will see you again. Take care of yourself.